Do you find good guys to be interesting? I don't.
Being a bad guy kind of comes easy.
Bad guys are more entertaining, I think.
Maybe that's just me. Maybe I just like the bad guys.
Flamboyant, arrogant. With me, what you see is what you get.
You can't have a good story without a great villain.
This is the world you are graduating into. This is what I want to talk about today with you for a few minutes. To lead in shaping a new world order for the 21st century.
This is what $94 million will buy you. With tonight's podium unveiling, the United Center is officially ready for its convention close-up. The United Center is no stranger to big events, but it hasn't seen anything quite like this.
We're the third busiest arena in the world, so this is kind of what we do.
Its number is 666.
Love tours. They're an interactive, fun way to learn about a topic, and Chicago has so many unique tours that you can't find anywhere else. So let me take you on a few of my favorites. Hey, Kevin!
Hey!
Nice to see you! Thank you so much for doing this VIP tour, because I know you usually do this in the bus, but today we're going to do it in my Ford EcoSport. Devil in the White City is a tour put on by Weird Chicago, and it's a story of really the World Fair meets H.H. Holmes.
The World's Fair itself was really a coming together of nations to display the science and industry, technology, things that they had come up with, inventions, and just innovations in general. And the dark history of it is H.H. Holmes.
The best evil character is someone that the audience genuinely fears.
The perfect formula would be the greatest good guy ever, to being the most evil villain.
But what happened last week when they took a shot at my hero? And they tried to kill the next president of the United States. Enough was enough. And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
I'm not playing a character. I am the character.
Oh, God, are you kidding me? So what's our first location?
Our first location is going to be the Congress Plaza Hotel.
I'd love to go there and hear a little bit more about the World's Fair and H.H. Holmes.
Let's go.
Okay, buckle in. This is our first stop.
Yes, welcome to the Congress Plaza Hotel. And this was built in 1893 for the purposes of the World's Fair. We knew that there were going to be millions of people coming into the city, so we needed to accommodate all those people.
I get excited about this. I'm thinking about being at the World's Fair and all this innovation, but then the story starts taking a very dark turn.
They may have bumped into someone in the lobby. Offers them the perfect scenario where I have a hotel and it won't cost you much money. You can come stay with me. Actually, a short train ride from the World's Fair.
H.H. Holmes basically was trolling around at the bottom of this hotel when it was built, looking for women in particular as victims. Yikes. Well, on that positive note, should we go to the next location?
Sure thing.
Okay.
Chicago Sunday Tribune. Tribune, July 17th, 1960.
Morning, Mr. Charlie, I've milked a cow. Gonna hitch up the news and start to plow. By the way, Mr. Charlie, how's Miss Ann? Sure would like to talk to you man to man. I meant boy.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
File charges against 12 of teenage gang. Charges were placed Saturday against 12 members of the notorious Egyptian Cobras gang of vicious teenagers, as police disclosed that the gang has recruited more than 500 members on the south side, in addition to hundreds in southwest and west side branches. There are only 3 ways, police reported, whereby a member can leave the gang whose destruction has been ordered by Superintendent O.W. Wilson. The 3 ways are marriage, entry into military service, and death. Tried to quit. Stanley Warner, 17, of 4853 St. Lawrence Avenue, one of the 12 gang members seized, told Patrolman Willis Nance that he tried to get out of the gang several times, but was warned he would be killed if he did.
Oh, smokestack lightning, shining just like gold. But don't you hear me crying? Ooh,
ooh, ooh. Charges of conspiracy to do an illegal act, accessory to auto theft, and carrying concealed weapons were placed against the 12, with court hearings scheduled Sunday and Monday.
When you're learning about things, it's one thing to read it in a book, but it's a completely different experience to actually go to these locations and feel like you are part of the actual story.
We are at the corner of 63rd and Wallace in Inglewood. This is where H.H. Holmes had his hotel. And it was there that Holmes carried out some of his most horrific crimes, as he was the only one that knew the layout of his hotel. The hotel would later become known as the Murder Castle once the details of his crimes came out.
Ugh, that is pure evil. Holmes creates this hotel with just the most evil, horrible things. Like he turns the rooms into gas chambers, and in the basement there's things like dissection tables. This is not my cup of tea. Let's get in the car. This place is creeping me out. Okay, we'll go to the next one.
Here in Illinois, the Satanic Temple has unveiled its holiday display in the Illinois Capitol Rotunda. Check it out here. This year's display has a crocheted snake. It is wrapped around apples and a book. Temple members say the display is meant to bring attention to the controversy over banned books this year. This is now the 3rd year that they have put up a display. There's also a nativity scene there and a Hanukkah display as well. All displays are flanked by a sign stating that the state may not legally censor that public space.
Something for everyone.
Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. Merry Christmas, I wrapped it up and sent it with a note saying I love you.
Scully! There you go. That's my name.
Oh, I love it. How did the story end?
He did get caught, oddly enough, for all things insurance fraud.
Bloody killer, and he ends up getting caught on insurance fraud.
Insurance fraud.
Now, who's this lady?
This is a replica of what was the Statue of the Republic, or Golden Lady. It was there to sort of symbolize liberty and something beautiful to see once you got into the lagoon. As a matter of fact, if you arrived by boat, you would come underneath an arch, and one of the first things you would see is the Court of Honors and the Golden Lady.
It's a much bigger impact to actually be standing at the location where the World's Fair is happening.
The lady herself is about 24 feet high. The original Golden Lady was 65.
Oh my gosh, you've really gotten me so interested in even the history of the World Fair, and unfortunately I do find H.H. Holmes very interesting too, after you tell me all this story. Very dark, but also a very interesting part of Chicago history. This is quite a prideful moment. And taking a tour where you don't think it's all like sing-song roses and sugar, and you actually see that there is truly crime happening in this up-and-coming city, I think it's important to know where we come from.
Baby, it's a long way down to the bottom of the river. Hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down, a long way down. If you get sleep or if you get night, the cock's gonna call in the morning, baby. And check the cupboard for your daddy's gun. Red sun rises like an early warning. The Lord's gonna come for your firstborn son.
Five policemen chased 2 carloads of cobras and discovered the members riding in stolen autos and bearing loaded rifles, shotguns, and zip guns for a fight with another gang, the Devil's Disciples. Youths listed. A holiday court appearance is scheduled Sunday for 6 members.
I have white guy tacos and
what is
like
that?
black,
like mayonnaise and tuna? What are you doing?
pretty much ground beef and cheese.
That's
and
okay. Do you put any flavor in it?
No.
Oh.
Here's the deal. No, they said to be careful and let her know this, that black pepper is the top of the spice level.
Attention, everyone. This is President Business. Hello, hi, welcome to Taco Tuesday. Don't worry about this big black monolith thing that's blocking out the sun. What you need to worry about is this question that I'm about to ask you. Who wants a taco? Yeah, I know. Tacos, tacos, we're going crazy.
No, I've never had a taco bowl at Trump Tower.
Southwest Floridians now responding to this picture tweeted by Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump, chowing down on a taco bowl on this Cinco de Mayo. Trump claiming that the best Tex-Mex can be found in the Trump Tower.
Oh, but it wasn't just food he was talking about. He also tweeted out that he, quote, loves Hispanics too. 4 New Corner's Michael Cadigan went to some Southwest Florida taco joints to hear what diners there have to say about this controversial tweet. Michael.
Patrick, Amy, Donald Trump spicing up Cinco de Mayo with his food tweet, and it took off on social media. Celebrities mocked the post while others challenged Trump on whether Trump Tower is really home to the best. Donald Trump taking time out of his campaign, posting this picture to Twitter, him digging into a taco bowl, saying he loves Hispanics, as well as a comment creating a buzz like margaritas at Mexican restaurants.
He said the best taco bowls are made in Trump Tower.
Well, first of all, I'll have you know that Donald Trump has never been to Iguana Mia.
Other restaurants weighing in on who has the best taco bowl.
Oh, of course, El Tarasco is the best.
Some of El Tarasco's patrons giving their thoughts on where Trump should go for some Mexican food.
I think it's down in Juarez. That's where Mr. Trump should go.
No, I've never had a taco bowl at Trump Tower.
All right, everyone, act normal. Perfect. Now, everybody say freeze! So I guess running around and screaming is normal. Micromanager! Commence micromanagement! Commencing micromanagement!
I'm the first vice president, I believe, who has ever grown chili peppers.
I'm trying to expand my food knowledge.
You know what? We've got some cantaloupes. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Space is exciting. It spurs our imaginations, and it forces us to ask big questions. Space, it affects us all, and it connects us all.
Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement.
But this is pretty cool.
Arena CEO Terry Severese joined Mayor Johnson and DNC officials to unveil the high-tech convention podium as the event returns for the first time since 1996.
Democrats are committed to delivering a historic convention in a city that represents our strength, our unity, and our diversity.
Instead of championship banners, workers were hoisting thousands of balloons, setting up the historic moment on Thursday when Vice President Kamala Harris formally accepts her party's nomination for president.
Woo! Oh, be quiet. Why are you guys so anti-dictators? Imagine if America was a dictatorship. You could let 1% of the people have all the nation's wealth. You could help your rich friends get richer by cutting their taxes and bailing them out when they gamble and lose. You could ignore the needs of the poor for healthcare and education. Your media would appear free, but would secretly be controlled by one person and his family. You could wiretap phones. You could torture foreign prisoners. You could have rigged elections. You could lie about why you go to war. You could fill your prisons with one particular racial group, and no one would complain. You could use the media to scare the people into supporting policies that are against their interests. I know this is hard for you Americans to imagine, but please try.
And a special thanks to the members of the Roosevelt family who are here, and to one who is not, Eleanor, who made sure that the four freedoms were included in the preamble to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948. I know that because, as all of you famously learned when I served as president, my wife, now the Secretary of State, was known to commune with Eleanor on a regular basis. And so she called me last night on her way home from Peru to remind me to say that Eleanor had talked to her and reminded her that I should say that.
You guys have got to try the cold chop.
I've had it. Did you talk about vice presidential possibilities?
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
I'm Joe Biden, and I forgot this message.
No, Michelle is a
I'm sorry, she's a what?
a transgender. We all know.
Oh my.
Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's deployed today.
Need souls, man. How many souls can you deliver to me today?
A future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned. I was very careful with Ernie collaborating with me every step of the way to be able to find the movie narrative inside this dense forest of Ernie's profound imagination.
The Oasis being the ultimate toy box with all the toys in the world, and then playing that with one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. It results in just amazing action and such a fun adventure.
Ernest Cline is such a visionary, and I think has seen the future before any of us possibly could even imagine it.